everybody. Tonia Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl medium, connecting with you today or this evening, wherever you are in the world. Here in Australia, it's afternoon. I know in the US there it's evening. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for listening. We so love connecting with you all through A1R. So excited to be here. I'm at home this week, so not away for a bit of a change. And, yeah, thought I'd connect today. And this morning was reminded by actually a local Susie from where was Susie? St Andrews, about the date today. So it's the 11th of the 11th. So we've got 4 ones. Now that's here in Australia. Over in America, this will be relevant for you tomorrow. So it's actually good to have that conversation of the double ones. And I know we're all fascinated with numbers. And I have many people contact me asking about the relevance of what repetitive numbers are. And the ones are really, really significant and often a very common one for people to ask about, because the ones are basically what I class, and you'll see if you can look up the meanings of them, but ones are a portal or a gateway or a doorway into something different, something new, an opportunity, making way for something new to step in, and usually signifying sort of exciting times ahead. Often with those exciting times, we have things like where we are a little bit challenged to push through things that maybe we're hanging on to that aren't for our highest good. So, it's a great time to really have a look at what's happening around you and really focus on what it is you'd like to bring in, to your life right now. Now, this could be something, really personal to do with, your own healing. It could be relevant to family. It could be relevant to career. It could be, travel or passions or, things that you do for fun, anything really. So, I encourage you to take a moment and really just have a little think about what it is that maybe isn't quite in your life right now, but you'd like to bring in, and even just writing this down so that you're being clear to the universe on what it is you want to bring in. Because ultimately, if we sit in a space of, I think I want to move, or I think I want to do something, you're actually hanging on to the thought process and you're not being clear about what it is you want to bring in. And sometimes you can just outline. So it might just be that, if you wanted to change jobs and you're not happy where you are, then you might just write down, I now work in a wonderful workplace and, I have great people that I work around. My job is easy. Maybe you want something that's not as strenuous as what you're doing now, or maybe you want something more stimulating than what you're doing now. So these are all things you can outline without specifically saying, hey, I want a job doing, I want to go step in and do a job that is something totally different to what I am. So, if you just outline it, then allow the universe to serve that up to you. While you're doing this, also a great idea is to just sit in a moment of peace. And when I say a moment of peace, just do some deep breathing, sit there and just connect with the feeling of what it feels like when you've got this ideal, job that's coming up. And, you'll bring that to you a lot quicker. And this is a really important one to just be able to, bring something different in. And I really feel like for many of us, we're at that stage where we want to, bring in that something different, and we want to bring that change in. And for many, it's, it's a relevant thing. So I'm just sharing that today because I really felt like it really needed to be shared, and to really get you to be clear on what it is you want to bring in on this 11/11 day. For those of you that aren't there yet, for tomorrow, start working on it now. It's never too late. All right, I'm going to go on to my caller today. I've got Linda from Chase in British Columbia, Canada. Linda, how are you? Got Linda? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, how you going? I can hear you now. We might have a slight
I can hear you.
there. Oh, beautiful. Lovely to connect to Canadian. Love Canada. Hoping to get over there maybe next year when things open back up again. Linda, now I'm going to connect in with you for you today Initially, before you came on, I had a lady around you in spirit, and I almost felt like a sort of it connected like a sister, but I didn't necessarily feel that it was necessarily your own sister, but possibly a friend that's passed, but someone that was very close to you, and I feel like close to you in age.
Hmm.
Can you place
There's
that?
a friend.
Yeah, almost like a friend that's passed.
Oh, well, it was my husband. He was my friend since I was 6.
Okay. Wow. Well, this is actually a lady, so I'm going to. If you can't necessarily place her, I'm just going to. I'll move on and connect more for your husband for you. But I do feel like with this lady, you were friends. There was a connection, and it was almost like sisters. So whether she's been past a little while, but I do feel it'll come to you who she is anyway. But it's like she's come through first. She's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of lightness to her, and with that, she's possibly leading the way for your husband to come in. So I'm just going to sit with that for a little minute. Because obviously you'd like to connect with him, and I do like to bring through. Can I just get his first name? John.
Darcy.
Darcy. Oh, beautiful name. Okay. Is there a John also connected? I felt like there was a John name around him, and this is obviously somebody else in the spirit world, but John just popped into my mind. Let's see.
Yeah, a friend, a good friend of ours, John, just had passed away a month ago.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, it's like, so he would have been connected to Darcy in life as well, because I just feel like it's almost like an acknowledgement that he's up there too. With Darcy, can I ask, it was a sudden passing with him, because I feel like there's an aspect of he was here then gone, so I don't know whether you got to say everything you wanted to say to him.
I wanted to know how he is.
Yeah, but with his passing, does that make sense?
With his passing?
So yeah. So is there question marks around his passing? Because it's something, because I feel like he was here and then he went, so you didn't get, it's not like, I don't feel like he was unwell or you had a lead up to his passing. There was something quite sudden with it.
Mm-hmm. It was,
yeah, I just want to make
it was over time.
Yeah.
It was from cancer.
Okay. But what was the suddenness? Was it like he'd come good a bit and then he was expected to be around longer? Because I feel like just what he was bringing forward was like, when he did go, there's an aspect of surprise there.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to be around a lot longer. He could never believe that he was dying. Yeah, and that's his personality, of course. I do want to go to after his passing, an acknowledgement from you. Did you have to almost put your foot down a little bit with other family members on like to do with his funeral and to do with things after he passed? Because it's like he's showing me he's so proud of you, because you had to stand up for yourself a little bit with somebody, and I'm not sure whether that's a family member of his or that's within your family, but yeah, so it's like an acknowledgement of saying thank you for that, because it's because we lived with my daughter and her husband, and we all didn't get along. But he'd probably be happy that I'm making things work. Yeah, because he was always afraid to leave me.
Yeah, absolutely. And he hasn't really left you. I do want to say, like, he still connects with you. Do you go out the back door and sit down on a chair or something? Because I feel like he's showing me that he, especially, or you feel him around when you're stepping outside. And I even feel like, I don't know whether it's in the dark, like whether it's nighttime that this happens, but it's almost like there's an acknowledgement of he still communicates with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can feel him around a lot.
Yeah.
And
So it's like he won't ever.
I can feel him here.
Yeah, awesome. Because it's like he just wants to acknowledge that and say, I do feel like he's presenting me with a flower as well. So it's like he's handing me, but it's a single flower, and it's not one I necessarily can identify with, but it's like you might find a random flower put in places, and there's something in a message around that he's showing me that he wants you to know about. So, it might be that you see a random flower, but I just feel like it's one like that you'll come across it almost like a bit of a message from him. And he's also showing me, that he's looking out for, like, there is an aspect of looking out for you. So are you, because I feel like there's something around you might move at some point, or there's something you're thinking about that there might be movement, and he's quite happy about that, if that makes sense. So I feel like don't feel you have to stay where you are necessarily because of the memories with him, because it's like he'll move with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like he'll always be around, so it's not like you have to be anywhere specific for him to connect in with you. I'm just saying, and he's bringing through the soulmate. So you two were really, it was like, even I feel like what he's showing me was from the beginning. It's like you met and you instantly connected. It was like just this knowing that, I feel like that was, you both kind of had that. Maybe he started off with it stronger, I'm not sure, but it's like there's definitely, it was a soulmate connection. And in that way, for him, it's disappointing not to feel physically with you, because it's like, you had plans, is what he's showing me. So you had things you were going to do, but he still wants you to do them, but know that he's going to enjoy them with you. So that's pretty cool. It's like he's, wants you to keep up. It's almost like whatever you plan to do prior to him getting sick and passing, he wants you to continue to go and do.
And he'll be there with me?
Yeah, he'll be there with you because he wants to enjoy it with you, and that's often what they come through with, he will always be there with you. He also wants to acknowledge a necklace. So there's something around, I feel like the necklace is relevant. But he definitely communicates with you. So he's not showing me that there's any problems with being able to send messages through to you and you understanding them. So that's a real blessing, because many people get stuck on that, and it's so great to hear that you don't.
Okay.
So well done with that. I've run out of time. Thank you so much for connecting. Please know that Darcy's around. He's also shown me somebody carrying his middle name down too as well. But know that he's around, always there for you.
Okay. Did he hear me when I talked to him?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.